Yay! All right, so let's check our channels really quickly. Make sure everything's good. Cancel. All right, it says everything's excellent on my end. I think I hear me. All right, hold on. Let me make sure. Hopefully you hear you. Are you hearing you?
No, I'm looking. Of course. So how are we on live? Hello, everybody.
We should be. It gave us 30 seconds, so we should be
Oh,
live.
I see it. Yeah.
Okay, hold on. I want to make sure I can hear. So
Yep. We're on. Hi,
perfect.
everybody.
All right, you guys, this is interesting. Okay, we
You know
have
what? This
done
is
it.
kind of a metaphor of us taking the mediumship class, and we're like, are we on or not? You know, you have to connect intuitively and also with spirit. It's a whole different ball game. You know.
It really is. So let me do this. I want to hear you a little bit more, but I don't want it to be too loud. Okay. How is that?
Good.
Perfect. Okay. So hopefully we're loud enough online because I hear you low on my end because I'm trying to keep it low. But let me pop in here really quickly and see if I can hear us pretty good on our stream.
Hi,
Okay.
Shaneequa. How are you doing? Do you hear us? Testing 1 2 1 2. Hello. How are you?
Okay.
Are we good? Yes.
We're
Today is Saturday, August 15th, 2026.
okay. So there, we're connecting the chat. All right. So hopefully you'll be able to see the chat still. I am looking on my phone, so we'll be able to do it that way. If anybody has any questions, like you are on your own journey, feel free to chime in, put it down in the comments. We're about to have a little spirituality chat. To medium or not to medium? That is the question. So before I get started, let me go ahead and have Silvia introduce herself. Sylvia of A Bit Intuitive.
Hi, I'm Silvia. I'm from New York. A bit intuitive. Basically, it's just about anything about intuition. I feel everybody's intuitive. Everybody. It's just by nature. It's just maybe some people more inclined because it's in their life path or it's in their family or they work at it like me, 25, 30 years. So everybody is. So enough with that, like, I can't do it. You can. Um, some of you might even be way more than a bit intuitive, more than me. But I met Shaneequa. Thank you for inviting me. For those of you on my channel, please uh, connect to her YouTube channel, Lean Into the Spirit. And I am a bit intuitive. We met by taking a mediumship class. Totally different than like just, you know, doing psychic stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, similar that you're using your clairs. You know, we have different clairs, whether you can see, hear, feel. But it's like, you know, for me anyway, intuition is more like just energy. But then when you go to spirit, you're connecting with somebody who used to be human, you know? But what made you go into mediumship? I'm kind of curious, like to take that class.
Kind of like you, one, that this has been a long journey, right? I just never knew anything was actually different. I didn't know I was doing anything different. I thought everybody can do this. And yes, there is a point I think that people do because like Mel, for instance, Mel is the mediumship circle facilitator, teacher, leader, whatever she calls herself as far as the title. But
Melissa
she,
Farr, yeah.
yeah, Melissa Farr of Mediumship with Mel. She is like she just activated like 3-4 years ago, right after she had her daughter,
Which is
and
quick.
so I think some people have it locked up, you know, because we're all spirits, we're all souls, we're all having this human journey.
Right.
So I do think we do have the ability to access that. But I don't know. I struggle with that because I think it takes things for some people to unlock it. Whereas for myself, it's always been with me. So I never thought it was anything different. But then I saw gifts in my children, and because I was out swimming in the deep without any kind of guidance, I was like, you know what? Let me take this class so that I feel more educated to talk about it with my children. And so just before I signed up for the class, I did a mediumship reading with her, and I went, oh, this is what this is.
Mm.
So there's Susie from class. She said hi.
I think I'm only going to see private chat allow you to communicate with all the guests in live session, but I don't see her for some reason. But anyway, hello. Um, you
I'm
know,
sorry.
I I took it because I was curious about it. I kind of like it because it doesn't. Oh, I see. Hi. I like it because it's not really prediction. It's stuff that's already happening, and you're connecting somebody with a loved one. So you're validating because prediction is different than mediumship, where most of the things happen. However, I know there's some medium that do a little bit of both. They will do the medium, and they'll do a little bit of psychic. When I'm funny thing is, I felt led to it, and I don't think I'm meant to be like a Teresa Caputo type.
Yeah,
I wouldn't leave that out. To me, it's a toolbox. Um, Especially being the woo woo, we're technically connecting with energy, and that could include like, you know, past life to ET or interdimensional to being. So why not like past loved one? But that's still a little different. But it's still mediumship. So psychic medium kind of flow with me better. What about you?
I don't like any of the titles.
What about energy reader?
No, no, because that feels like it gets into like the Reiki stuff too and all of that. I'm not into all of that. Not at this juncture in my life. So
But you know what?
as you
It
can
is
see, I'm shifting, right? So I don't
no,
actually
but
feel
it is
comfortable.
labeled. So I mean, lean into
Yeah, I don't
spirit.
feel comfortable with labels. So
You know what? Lean into spirit. Perfect. Because you don't have to go with any of those labels.
yeah.
And I'm still working on the label. But funny enough, when I was checking out Melissa Farr website, she had like all these testimonials, and I
Mm-hmm.
was checking yours out. And um, you and another made me go, okay, I like this. And
Mm-hmm.
yeah, I know. It's like
I
I
hate
think
every time.
well, first of all, we're in that time where title is so restricting, and
That's the part
also
about it. It's very restricting.
that's why when people like, I go to other people's channel, they're like, "What are you?" I'm like, "I'm just a person into intuition stuff." And I know everybody has like psychic medium, this and that. But if everybody technically intuitive, but we know some are more inclined than others because maybe, like I said, family line or in the life path. But if people and the planetary are bringing us to that level, are we all going to call ourselves psychic medium or just an intuitive human being? A human, intuitive, spiritual human being. But so going to the class been very interesting. It's not natural for me. Going to doing that
What
type
part
of
is that
class
natural for
is
you?
natural to me, but it's the what I mean by it's not natural. It's not easy doing the type of class. You know what I mean? Like speaking with past loved one and different things.
Mm, you can't
I
share.
don't know why I can't see your
I'm able
people,
to.
so I
I'm
apologize.
able to
I,
share. I think it has something to do with. That's another thing to figure out, I guess. Um,
what?
yeah, because it says here. I'm sorry. It says here that the chat's connected, so you should have been able to see it. But you should also be able to share. So I don't understand what that is about. Let's see. So
What I like about you, you will not let it go. You're like, I want to figure this out because I'm not going to deal with this later.
I don't like not knowing, and that's my problem. I don't like not knowing. I mean, that's how I ended up in mediumship. Hey, Becky, I don't like not knowing, and Mel used to be my business coach, right? I actually met her 8 years ago, I was in her
8 years
group.
ago?
Yeah, I was in her group on Facebook. She was a business coach, and um, I had got into her
Wow.
program. Yeah, I like won a scholarship to her program, her $5,000 program, and the week that the program was starting, I had a life crisis. I ended up in the hospital. I had blood clots. And then all of a sudden, I'm like, who am I? I'm having like an existential crisis because I almost died and didn't know it, right? I had all these blood clots and I had no idea I had blood clots in my lungs. So I didn't get an opportunity to really take advantage of Mel's program because I was too busy having an existential crisis. But what I did notice about her and that I loved about her was her energy was different. And I didn't know why her energy was different as a business coach. Other business coaches were like hustle, 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 and that was annoying as and it was actually grating against me, like a cheese grater. Like it felt like, I don't like hustle. And they're like, you have to do this and you have to do that. And I'm like, I don't like that either. And so it was just like really different. And then she would say, well, when I launch a program, I go on vacation and go visit my sister. I'm like, what? And she's like, yeah, I want good energy. So I go out and I create my good energy. I'm like, what? That's like when Mel's talking about like her mediumship, like just ignited like 4 years ago. I'm like, I was attracted to you because there was a different energy about you the entire time, you know? So she's been really there, and then she disappeared, and I found out she had a baby, and then obviously she was on this journey, right? Um, so for me, when it came down to taking the class, um, it really was for my kids, not so much me, because I did not think I was a medium, but I had experiences where I heard external and internal stuff, you know. But the external stuff would scare me because I'm like, what the heck is that? um, but yeah, I did it for my kids because I could tell they were gifted as well. And so when Mel showed up, I was like, I want to learn from her. And that very first class with her, I was like, wait, this is mediumship? I do this already. And that's why I reject titles because I'm like, this is me, you know? But I will say, I can understand people calling themselves a certain title because they are, some people, it's like being people. Some people are multi-talented, multi-passionate, multi-gifted, and some people are very singularly focused. And they're
Yeah.
really good at what they do. Say Teresa Caputo, say
Right.
Tyler
John
Henry.
Edward,
Mm-hmm.
Tyler Henry, Melissa Farr.
Mel, yeah.
Yeah.
Like they are. Thank you so much, Becky. She shared our thing in our.
And you know what? Explained how Mel already doing all this because she already had background in social media and stuff. To most people who just 3 years in, they wouldn't even like get to where she's at. But she already knows about
No,
all
that,
that.
that always like catches me. She's like, yeah, when it happened in 2022, I'm like, girl, we're only in 2026. What are you talking about? And she's so good.
She is so good. Even now, like it's my second leg. It's different, even though it's the
Mm-hmm,
same. Like she switched it up. So
mm-hmm.
even I'm on taking the same class, it's level one, middle. It's like I was expecting same. She's switching it up. Like the first time around, nobody could look each other while they're reading. She don't even talk about it with this second piece, like the second 12-week program. So I like it that, and you're like third time or whatever.
Yeah, I'm on my
So I
third.
like that she
Mm-hmm.
keeps changing it, and it's great for like ego buster. I have to be like okay with being okay. I'm not, but I'm getting better. By the way, when
I like
Shaneequa,
that you call it an ego buster.
because everybody's like, "Oh my god, I can't do it," and or they're like, "Oh, I'm fabulous." You have like two of those. Like you got, I'm so awesome, and then you have like people like, "Oh, I'm afraid," right? And I was just like, it's self-preservation, and I realized that it's a good tool. It's a good learning tool. Instead of like being like, "Oh God, I'm not as good as I thought." I'm like, just like anything. If I were taking a piano lesson, I would get better if I practice. Not some people naturally like on type, very tuned. And some people you got to work at it. So I take it as a journey, because the
Hmm.
first time my ego's like, oh my God, this is hard and this and that. And I'm like, chill out, just learn. You're going to grow, you're going to get better. And also, you know what? Part of being a medium or intuitive, it's all about how you take care of yourself. I wasn't taking care of myself that well because I went through a lot the past year. My place is a mess. You have to keep your place clean. To be intuitive or
We won't talk
dealing
about
with real life, thanks, it makes sense. It's very practical. So
that.
I've learned so much. Also to go with it. Like this time around, in the first class, the first week of 12, I didn't have that whole, oh my God, I'm new and da 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 da. 'Cause I already did it once. And I could see the difference because
Mm.
week one, I was able to get right into it and, get out of the way. And so, like, I was focusing on whatever the homework were first in my mind going, hey, can I do it? Da, da, da. So if I didn't get it right, like she had a name Anne and I was Carol. Last time I would be like, oh my God, my ego. I'm totally off, Where this time it's just like, okay, I did hear Carol, but I heard ah. So maybe next time I know, oh, maybe I could do the initial. You know what I mean? Like it's a learning curve.
Yeah.
Like I remember going Carol and then went ah, ah. The name ended up being Anne, not Carol, totally off. But I remember hearing ah, so I learned like, oh, maybe next time I got to pay attention. So it's kind of a fun tool. Like when I'm
You know what's
wrong,
really interesting? Are you talking about the photo read that we just did?
yeah.
Okay, let me tell you something. Hold on. I
Oh,
have
by the
my.
way, when she read me, she was reading past lives. I'm like, I don't think that's part of the mediumship. But Mel was laughing. She's like, you don't really have to go there, but
Let me tell you though. I don't know if you can see this, but
let me
I
know.
hold on. Where is it? It's here. So I wrote down Catherine Ann, Kathy Ann, Catherine Ann. When we did the photo read. So that C name, I think she said
See?
one of the
But that's what
daughters
I'm
was a
saying. Some
C.
people naturally, you know,
No, 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 no. I'm telling you, one of her daughters had a C. I'm not sure if there was a Carol. It might have been, but there
no, it
was one that
was.
was like
You're
a
right.
Kathy, a Katie, or something. Yes. So one of her daughters also had that C name. One of the Ann's daughters had the C name. So that's what I'm saying. That doesn't
And
because
here's
I
the
wrote
thing,
down.
guys. You know what I've learned? Besides the ego buster getting out of the way, self-preservation, she called it. Um, a lot of it is interpretation.
You know what? No, hold on. I like that because okay. So the
She
ego
likes
thing.
it. Yay.
No,
You
because the ego thing I have a problem with. Now, mind you, I do understand it. It's just like I just immediately start rejecting. This isn't my ego, but your ego. It is truly ego, like ego, id, all that kind of stuff, like psychology stuff.
right.
It really is. However, I like that way of putting it, which is the self preservation. Like being
That's what
wrong
she said.
feels like
Yeah.
um a hurt. It feels like a
Hmm.
hurt. You know,
Yeah.
I have ADHD. I think you do too, right?
Yeah.
So there's that rejection sensitivity dysphoria that comes
Yeah.
with it, also called RSD. So it's like being wrong or being rejected really does hurt. It's more physical than it is even just mental, at least for me. Um, and some other people, you know. So like there's a difference. Like other people can take rejection or not, they can roll it off their back and keep going. But I think at least for like I have a background in trauma as well. Like there's a lot of different traumas and judgment and all that kind of stuff, you know, parental issues. And so it's like any form of judgment is a lot stronger than it would be on a norm. Like I don't know. Had I been raised in the light, so to speak, I probably would not be feeling so strongly rejected. But it's a trigger now, you know, for me
Well,
to be
I
rejected.
don't think it's any different like how we do one thing with the other thing. So whether it's just working, real life situation to the woo, that's why every person who's practicing intuition stuff, it's so different because
Mhm.
of had to do with the past life, past trauma, how we grew up, how where are we at? Like if
There's a
you had a
lot you bring to
bad day
it.
at
Yep.
work and then you take this class, you might be off.
Hmm.
Also, I do the comparison thing. This one guy, right?
Yeah.
The part we do psychic reading, and then we do mediumistic, two type of things. Psychic more like it's it's kind of like you kind of like go to it a little bit, but with mediumistic you kind of let the spirit come to you. But I couldn't get it. I would get like if it's like a movie theater, I would be like water, this and that. But she said, don't worry about the Pacific. It's 50% is interpretation. The movie had water in it, where he would direct. Like if I was thinking of a movie theater, he'll be like movie theater. So then I have to work on myself. Oh man, well, how come he gets it so specific? So what I've learned to do with between the first 12-week program and the second, I just let that go and be like, this is a learning curve. Get over
I think
yourself.
that's a New York thing.
No, no. 'Cause otherwise, I'm like, you know what I mean? Like I'm wasting
I
time.
don't know.
Like,
I find you New Yorkers could be like, okay, I learned. Now I'm ready to go to the next thing. Because my friend is like that, Beverly. She's like, because
yeah, first
before
time
she
I was
got
like,
started, I told her the same thing. I was like, it's good. I can give advice. It's still hard for me to share it, to take it myself. But I told her the same thing. Because she was like, I don't know if I hear or whatever, and I'm like, if because you know how she works on the clairs of I know, I see, I hear, whatever.
that's
And I
great.
forgot what it was, my friend. It was either vision or it was something with my friend. And I was like, just check it with your knowing. Like, do I know this? So it's like, even if you see something, and it's something that I took from, I think Mel saying this before, but I took it a different way, I guess. But like when we're working on, say, like sight or something, but I just get it. I might get it as a hearing. I then go, can I see that though? Like, do I actually know this? So I
That's what
take it
I love
through the
about
other
her.
ones to make sure.
But that's what I like about her class, because even though I've been into the woo, I never really paid attention which Claire's coming from.
Yeah.
She said, whatever you're weak at, you could get stronger. That's just practical. Whatever you work on, certain things will have it natural, but certain things you don't. But when I had a reading, you're pretty good, Shaneequa. I was like, and then the first thing she told me, she was like, just trust yourself. And that made me totally chill down. I think with whether the first to the third class, and that was the first time around, I was just too busy going, oh my God, I don't know. And you just like, just trust it. And from then on, I learned to do that. So I've also learned to, if I'm wrong, learn from it. Like, get over yourself. Like I
Yeah.
have to constantly tell
Yeah.
myself, it's just like anything. Some people are more natural at it and some people have to work at it.
Hmm.
It's really great. I love it. I hope to take her fall class, but it's a little expensive, but it's worth everything.
Well, I mean, it's not as expensive as it could be, to be really honest. Like
Oh
it
no,
really
I
is.
know. And she's so
It's
good. She's worth it.
fairly It's really affordable.
Right, right,
It's
right.
just
It
that
is.
if you're in a tough situation right now, so it does feel that way.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah. If you guys are in the comments or if you're in the chat and you do have any questions or any experience of your own, please put it in the chat so we can bring you in and not just have a two-way discussion. We would like to also talk to you guys down there.
I'll put
Um,
it in the comment later when we finish, but I'll put Mel because she having the free thing that she's going live 1 hour, but it's like 1 o'clock in the afternoon. I don't know.
oh, when is that? I didn't see that.
Yeah, so you could sign up for it, and that's great for you guys to check it out. But it's two different things. But I'm glad that you were able to see from attending her class, because you were not even like doing that. That you're like, oh, I'm already doing
Girl,
it.
the
It's real
journey of the
natural.
last
That's the
year
example
has been crazy.
of the natural.
Yeah, the
And it's
absolute
probably in your
journey of the
family.
last year has been crazy. I
If
was
it's in
not
your
doing that.
children, that means it's in your family line.
Oh, it
More than
definitely is.
yeah.
Because as I was saying, I did have a reading with her before. I actually did it in two parts. She had the little group reading because I didn't have the money at the time. So the group reading she did for $35, right? And so I went into the group
Right.
reading, and my grandmother immediately showed up. She was the first one there, and she's like, "Shaneequa, I think this is your grandmother." I was like, "Okay," and I didn't know to pay attention like really, really strong. I was just overwhelmed with emotion because I lost my grandmother a little under 10 years ago, and it was so interesting because one of the messages from my grandmother in the little 5 minutes that we were talking because she, it's a group reading, so she's trying to make sure she can spread the love. My grandmother thanked me for journeying down the spiritual path. And I thought that was so interesting because I always suspected it was in my family because, I always had dreams. Black people, we talk about fish dreams all the time. Like if you dream of fish, somebody's pregnant. So I would be the person like, okay, y'all, I jumped a fish. Okay, my right eye is twitching. Who's pregnant? Who's pregnant? And I promise you, I would get messages from people going, how did you know? Or
no, you're pretty good.
Because you said that, I went and took a test and oh my God. So I would have those. Yeah, but
by the way,
also have premonition dreams.
You can see in a comment from my friend who belonged to my channel. Her name is Nartha. She's here, so say hi to Nartha.
Hey, girl. How are you? Yeah, I can't see it. It's weird.
I know, that's why I think it's weird, but it's you can see your people, I can see my people. So
it is what it is. Are you able to, since you're on the other side, quick tech thing for a second, you guys. Are you able to, like, if you go, do you see the chat button on the far right side? Do you have a panel with a chat button?
Yeah.
And can you click that button?
I did, and it opens up.
And it connects your chat?
Yeah.
So if you click on her chat, it'll pop up for me. I see yours are private. But like for the live tab, if you click on her chat and click show, it should pop up. If it doesn't, then I don't know. Because I am technically
I see her. I'm looking at the side, like on my video on the side, and I see her talking to us. So now that I know she's there, I'll keep going back and forth, make sure if she has any questions. She's awesome, Martha. She also has her own channel. Yeah.
Does she want to pop on? We can send her to. No, I can't. Well, yeah, she can. We can send her the thing. It just wouldn't stream to her thing.
Well, I don't know if she's shy, but maybe
don't be shy. I'll ask her if she wants to. She can come on. I'll send it to you privately.
She'll be like, "No, I just want to watch." No.
Oh man, because it'll be the same link that I sent you. So hold on, I'm gonna send it to you privately just in case.
You know what's funny? On my title, it said "Lonely versus Joy." Let's learn tarot together. I don't know how the heck. I'm trying to change the channel, the title right now. Hold on.
Okay, so here's the thing with you.
Yeah.
I know we both discussed this, and you said you don't want to do mediumship. So why exactly did you take the class?
I don't want to just be a medium, but I will do medium.
So, oh, okay. You do plan to do mediumship readings?
I plan to do some kind of intuition stuff. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? But I don't think I'm going to be like just focusing on, because that's what I've learned from watching Mel. That, first of all, it's like so much to learn, because it's different things. And I should watch my word because that's creating something, right? So I'm glad you checking up on me with that. I'm just changing the title, medium or not to medium with Shaneequa, because it was like lonely to joy. I don't know how, but I definitely are into it. I'm going to continue with it. I really like it. And like I said, it's a great tool. I'm going to get stronger in this. Shaneequa, what is your at so I can add you?
Oh, I'm leaning to the spirit.
She just want to wash. So next time.
Oh, okay.
I'll put her. She wants to at you. Lean.
Oh, yeah. It's just lean into the spirit. All one word. That's my at. I guess I should have did that. Okay. That's really interesting. I don't actually want to do mediumship. And I know that you are, and people always are like, you're so good, whatever. That's great. But mediumship makes me feel extremely vulnerable, I think is the word there. Vulnerable to being wrong. I don't like to be wrong. Like I really struggle with being wrong. So so it bothers me. I'm better, but it just bothers me to be wrong. And it also bothers me to, well, not bothers me. It's, to me, it's a lot of responsibility, right? Because if a person's coming to you, and I have had someone who's come to me for mediumship reading, and I didn't know this is what she wanted. Um, I thought it was just a clarity call. And she came and she said she wants to speak to her husband. And I felt put on the spot, because it's like, what if I don't get him? you know? But fortunately he did come through and whatnot, but it's not talking about comparison, going back to what you were saying. There are other people who, like in class, for instance, I would write like a page and a half of notes in the 8 minutes that we're talking with each other, right? They're 8 minutes of reading me. I have a page and a half of notes. When I'm reading them, I have like this much written down, because I have to sit into the spirit. I really have to lean into it. Like, that's the name of my thing. But I really have to go, okay, show me what you want me to see. And I can't just rattle stuff off. Like,
Right.
okay, so this happened and that happened and this happened and that happened. And they're this kind of person. And then I hear this kind of laugh. And I can't do the rattle. Like, I just can't do the litany of things, because it's like, it's almost like Spirit and I have a therapy session. So it's like, oh, I see so much darkness around you. Why do I see so much darkness around you? Oh, what was this that you were going through? So it's like we're almost having like a therapy session or a girl talk session or whatever. And I'm getting more than that. And it's like, wait. Where do you come from? What are you actually? Because I had someone's grandmother that they wanted me to read one day in class. And the grandmother was like the most miserable. Look, I'm getting chills already. So the grandmother was like the most miserable person I've ever encountered in a spirit. And she was so miserable. And like, as soon as, because, I forgot. Remember, Mel taught us the trick of colors last session. And so that really helped. And so this person came in blue and grays and dark. And I'm like, these are storm colors. Why is there a storm? And she was just so troubled. And she just needed to be near water. And I'm like, wait a second. Are you a water spirit? And it was like, oh my God. And she's like, yeah, I just wanted to know what it felt like to be human this time. I hate it. I was like, oh my God. Wait, what am I talking to? Because I never even thought of a water spirit. And I don't even know what kind of spirit that is. Like, I don't have that exposure to all these different titles and all these different names. It's just this person was actually another type of being who wanted to experience being a human in this lifetime.
Yeah, but you know what? I'm going to say it like a New Yorker, okay?
Oh, here we go.
No, but that was going to make you unique when somebody comes to you. Because not everybody does that. Some people are going to be dry. Just say, okay, grandmother, she loved you and the message. And she died. No, and she died because, she was old and she fell asleep and never woke up, and then they're going to be like you, where you're going to be able to do both. Like, I know you watch Linda G, right? She does psychic stuff. And even Sterling Psychic Medium, those type, they do psychic stuff, which what you do. They could read past live, which what you do. Then sometimes she'll bring up like a president from the past. That's a mediumship. But you could do a little bit of everything. So if you do like a therapy kind of form to it, that's even better. So that what makes you interesting, versus like going to somebody else who's a little more dry.
Child,
hey, walk like Egyptian.
But I think the other thing too is this is like
Anartha. She said, I feel exactly the same way about mediumship. I don't like going there. It's so very personal. It is very personal.
It is extremely personal.
That's what makes it great about doing intuition stuff, guys. Don't, people go on YouTube and they say this or that. Learn a little bit from it. But then everything else, do it your way. Like Frank Sinatra said,
I did it.
Is he coming through now? Oh, I feel him coming through. No. Give be like,
Oh,
don't make a joke about me, you know?
I'm so tickled. Oh my god. Hey, blue eyes.
I think if I'm gonna do mediumship, I'm gonna have humor in it. God, we need
Oh,
it.
you have to. I think that would be fantastic. And honestly, I think
But that makes sense,
truthfully,
by the way, going back to you. It's very vulnerable, especially the people are, we're talking about death and that on the other side, it's a whole different ball game.
but I mean, for me too, it's one the expectation. Even if you put even if you put the parameters, whatever your guidelines or whatever. Like, listen, I don't know if I'm going to get them. I don't know what information they're going to share with me. Like, even if you say that, there's still this pressure for me of our of expectation. You know, there's still listen, we have some dirty jokes on my lives. I think it's because it's after
You know what
dark
we're
type of
gonna
stuff.
do one night, and anybody else who's intuitive, you want to join with us? Um, I've been going to. I don't know if you heard of her, Cherry A. Voices from the Swamp.
Mm-mm.
Yeah, you might have seen her like do stuff with Linda G stuff. So on Saturday night, she had slumber party thing, and so
Oh,
she had like invite some intuitive people. Some do it for a living. Then here I am, like I just have a channel. I'm not doing anything with work yet. And she had
that.
with said naughty or nice. I don't have any naughty cards, so I have to get one. On Amazon.
Ooh,
It just
they make
basically
naughty
like,
cards.
well, we're doing general reading, so let's say it's like chill out. You've been sweating stuff, like let it go. So I have all
Oh,
these
I
nice.
did see some beautiful oracle cards that I want to get. The only problem I don't like with them is they have snakes on the back, and I hate snakes.
The
I
what?
They have
Name?
snakes on the back, the serpents, but they have these sassy cards in there. And I'm like, I love the sassiness, but I don't want to look at the back of the card.
I
Like
got a
I have a phobia.
solution. Color it.
I'd have to
Paint it.
color all the cards. I'd have to look. Ooh,
Oh, you know what?
you
Make
know
con
what?
what?
I think I will do that. I'm like, wait. Or maybe I'll have a sticker made so that I can put stickers on the back of them.
Perfect. Easy. Sticker. See,
Yeah, because
that's one
I
of the
hate,
benefits of being ADHD.
I'm phobic
So
of the
I'm going to
serpents.
introduce you to go on hers because she's always looking for people. And it's just like she had like 6 readers. And what's great, it's like a very quick reading
Is it
for
on
whoever.
TikTok or on here?
Huh?
Where does she do it? Where does she do it?
She does it on YouTube. She's
With
on
six
YouTube.
people?
Whoever shows up, like she try to
Oh,
get,
okay.
she knows people, she'll email them. And I've always
Okay.
been too nervous, but now I've been getting more comfortable. So
Hmm.
that's like a safe place to just be because it's not so serious. Like you
By the
said,
way, I
it's so
love your
serious.
background.
Hmm?
Sorry, it's ADHD. I love your background.
I know. I had the
It's
little
so
plant.
beautiful. I love the plant. It really adds. Okay. Anyway, sorry.
That by the way, that's very ADHD. We get distracted easily.
But it's such a good framing. I love it. I love it. Oh my gosh.
All right. Does anybody have questions? Could we just chit chat about anything?
Right,
You can
Elise?
add naughty card
Can
in.
you imagine naughty cards in the reading? Yes. Oh man.
They have like sassy. It's just like it's nothing too crazy. But usually when you do like these oracle card, it's like so kumbaya and nice. And then you got like chill out, like get over it. And it's
Yeah.
nothing
Yeah.
nothing too crazy bad or anything. But
Yeah.
that depends on the personality we could add to it. So I don't have any naughty cards, so I have to get one.
I got it. I got to get a pair. Um. So.
Okay, let's focus. I'm sorry. You were sharing how you felt like it was too vulnerable.
Yeah, but that was really interesting though because just even thinking about yeah, Susie in the daylight. Oh my god. Oh, behave. um, but yeah, it's really interesting even think about that because I never thought about it as being vulnerable because there was another word I was going to give and I can't remember what that word was going to be. I think I was going to say it was just too much pressure or something. I don't know,
No,
but
it was too much pressure because you don't like being wrong.
Yeah,
But
but it's
funny,
the
you're pretty good.
vulnerability also,
Yeah.
you know, because there is judging in, like, for instance, I watched, I don't know if you've seen it. Have you seen Surviving Death or something like that on Netflix? Where and Mel, it like ignited her to go, wait a second, this is what I do. But it's the one where they follow mediums. Have you seen that?
No.
Okay, hold on. Let me pull this up
Somebody
real
else just
quick.
came in my chat. She's saying hi, magic with moonlight. I was just typing in for that. For some reason, we can't see each other, our people. And Deneen, Shield Maiden Tarot. She said hi, Linda, Silvia. So hi, Deneen. I did a
um,
reading with her a while ago, way back. We're
oh,
talking
really?
about to medium or not to medium, just to let you guys know.
Yeah. So really quickly, I'm gonna just show you what I'm talking about.
Okay.
Not
Oh,
to.
I didn't really want to see
so I'm gonna
anyone,
put
but I just
in. Hold on.
Wow, that's
To show you
cool.
what show it was, right? So,
as a physician,
is it Surviving Death? Okay, it's Surviving. I think it's called Surviving Death. I think it's this.
a physician,
So,
I'm not really in
no, that's not Surviving Death.
a crowd of people who want to
Hold on. Let me
talk
see.
about things like near-death
Oh
experiences.
yeah, it is this. So, this is actually what Mel looked at. Let me make sure that we're seeing this. Yeah, so this is what Mel looked at and realized, oh my gosh, this is what I do.
Can you
But
open it up? Can it look small?
let's make it bigger.
I know
Hold
you
on.
can't play it too much because of the copyright, so you don't want
Yeah,
to.
so I'm just putting us on the side.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
it's this right here, Surviving Death, on Netflix.
Is people in
Surviving Death.
science
Oh,
often
Hush. Okay. And
yeah, we have
so
to be
they
careful.
have only it's like 6 episodes, but this is what I'm saying is like I watched some of these people in this, and I'm like, you're not real. Like you don't really do, because this is what they're actually doing is it's kind of like for skeptics or something, right? It came out in 2021, and so some of these people you are going to be skeptical about. Like there's somebody who's like channeling and she does this different voice and stuff, and then there's somebody who is wrong, and that adds to what I mean by vulnerability, because these people are going on this show and I'm like, but I don't know if you actually do this or if you're gimmicky. Like if you're really like not a, because some people are doing this as gimmick. It's really easy to take advantage of people who are grieving, right? Because they're just hoping to hear, just wanting to hear. And I do think some of these people are taking advantage of them. There are other people who are doing spectacle, and then there are legit people. And somebody once said, that's not your responsibility to worry about whether somebody is real or not. But at the same time, for me, that strongly taints what we do, you know?
Yeah, but that's the same thing. It could be said for psychic stuff. You know how many? It's so many.
No,
I mean,
but yes, also for psychic. I'm just saying, just in this
yeah,
intuitive
I know it does
space.
paint it. The fake people,
Yeah.
but also, going back to the medium in class, I met some really good readers.
Oh,
They learn it,
I
and
love that part.
their ego is off. They're like, oh yeah, and I'm just like, oh my god, you know, like God forbid you. I know you experienced that, so but and so it just goes to show, no matter where you go, that's why I like on my channel, I'm like, everybody's intuitive, guys. Like, get over that you can't do it. But some people are better. Some people are more inclined and different things because of,
Yeah.
you know. But like you went to the first class. You're like, oh, I'd already do all this. Hey, it happened with everything, even factual information. Watching a video, whatever, always gonna be doubters.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, that is absolutely true. Because, like, for instance, I used to be a teacher. I was one for 15 years. And so you hear people talking about the education system. And it's like, honey, you've never been in my class. People thought I was mean, you know?
Oh,
And then later in the year, they're like, oh my God, I was so scared of you. I thought you were mean, you know? But my kids always performed well. And then they realized I'm just a big old goofball, like I'm silly. Like we would take nursery rhymes and rewrite them from a different perspective, because being able to see the other side was important. It's argumentative, it's creative, etc. And my kids would like 80s to 100% passing, over my course of the years. And kids who would be like a 1 in state exams or a 2 in state exams find themselves being 4 or 5s in state exams. Like my very first time teaching, and I'm saying this because this makes the connection, is I had this student who I guess he was like dyslexic or just struggling. And he was your real goofball, like type of kid, like who would joke to get things off of him. But when he had to write an essay, and he was scared to write the essay, but I guess whatever I did in the class, I don't know, because I don't know. Whatever I did in the class, after he took this test, he said, "Miss Cannon, I heard your voice." So when I got the thing of how can I make classrooms better, because that was like the topic, when I make the thing of how I make classrooms better, he's like, "I heard your voice." And so I wrote, "Put soap on the floor so that when students walk in, they can just slide right to their seats." I was like, that is so crazy. But then he got a 4 on his test, which is a 4 out of 5. And he was so proud of himself. And that was like a really good thing. And so it's like, this just goes to the fact that I do doubt myself all the time, especially when people do criticize what I do or the industry that I'm in, be it education or be it intuitive spaces, because I hate the word psychic for myself personally. I just know what I know. I go by seer. I call myself seer because my journey is actually more ancient than it is now.
So that's the label, sayer,
Well,
I like it. I like it though.
I think seer could be changed into different languages, such as like griot or whatever that thing was. I think that's more attached to my soul journey, because I've seen myself having the experience of being a person who talks to people. I've literally seen my own vision of me.
I could see that. Yeah.
Yeah. So that feels more aligned. To me, it's just a seer, which is funny to say because I don't really get visions. Like I don't see. I just feel happy, whatever. But I see.
That would be worse. I'm a feeler. What do you do for a living? I am a feeler. Lean into the spirit.
I feel. Yeah. Meanwhile, I don't like to touch people. Don't touch me.
You're like a sage. All these names. You're a sage.
Yeah, exactly.
You're like
sage,
a hermit
griot. Because in business, I used to say I was a storyteller. And they're like, what is a storyteller? I tell stories. And I help you find your story. But I help you find your real truth. You get what I'm saying? And so that's why I'm saying all of it was the same thing. When I walked in her class going, this is what I did as a business coach. I would sit, and I didn't realize I was doing it. And when I watched Tyler Henry, and I saw him scritching and scratching, I was like, wait, I do that, but I actually use real words. So it's like when I would coach people, I would, this is why I keep a notebook. It would be filled. And I would be writing things they didn't even say, or underlining things, or stressing things that they did say so many times that they didn't realize they said it. And so when I got into Mel's class, I was like, wait, this is psychic? This is mediumship? This is literally what I do. And my clients used to go, what are you listening to? They're like, I can tell, they were like, I can tell you're one of God's children because it's like my ear would go up. Like, what am I hearing? Or I'll look to the side and I didn't realize I was doing that and writing stuff down or whatever. And they're like, you are a seer. Like, oh, okay.
I mean, there's so many people. Well, not so many people, but like some people, they never will go into the psychic stuff. So, and they're so good over them people who try to, get better at, and they will, because even though not the best piano player will improve, But I love that you went in, you're like, oh, I do all this already, But I want to start being wrong because I have an Artha, and she did do like regular readings and cards, and she said, this is only what I see when I look at cards when she read. It may or may be on the mark. Sometimes I suck. It's so nerve-wracking to worry how close I am and take me right out of it. That had to do with one thing Mel teaching about get out of the way.
Wait, what's a regular card reader? If you're new to my channel, I mean, like, girl, I have cards.
She had cards.
I've got cards, you know.
Which
But
we don't use in mediumship, by the way.
let me tell you. Oh, I actually sometimes do use it because I have to have something physical to touch.
Right. That's why you do the writing.
But if you don't already watch Libby of Meister Tarot, if you're not already watching her, you might want to take a look at her and see how she reads, because she is one of the ones that kind of gave me permission in a way, you know, just by me watching her. She's one of the ones who gave me permission to read the way that I read. Where she goes, yeah, I know what the cards mean, but this is the story I see on the cards. So that's how and I'm a storyteller too. So when she says I'm a storyteller reader, I was like, oh my God, thank you, permission, you know, to be different than these other people who are like, you know, 5 of Pentacles means and blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, okay, you know, so it was just like, and, you know, I'm 47 years old and I had a sunstroke 4 years ago. And so it kind of like made me less of who I used to be. Cognitively, like I struggled. Plus I had like that real COVID, the one in 2020. Well, all of them are real, but the one when we didn't know. And, you know, it took my breath for over 5 weeks. So I've had things happening to me over the last 5 years that are some bad health issue stuff. So I'm not my normal self or who I used to be. So I'm like, I'm not learning 78 cards. I'm sorry. Like, I'm not going to learn all the different meanings, all the different this, all the different that, because no. But what I did realize is I'm just going to do more readings. That way I can pick up what some of these things mean, but I'm not going to make a point of stressing and struggling and
No,
studying.
you don't have to.
cards.
That's what's great about it.
Yeah. So that's
look
one thing.
You look at it and then something else will come out of it, right? From your intuition.
Mm-hmm. But like, here's the other thing. So like, for instance, I get cards based off a story. So like, here's a particular card, right? This is the full card. It looks like your normal thing on the outset of what a normal card looks like, walking off the cliff, having a white dog, etc. But if you like look at this card, I'm getting a story right now of having this youthful curiosity, not the weight of adulthood that will hold you back from walking off what people would consider a cliff. You don't know what's down there. You're not looking down there, but it's like trusting that the universe has you. And so if this card comes up, I'm like, okay, you're about to do something you've never done before.
Because you're going outside the box. I've been doing tarot reading for 30 years. I could never read it because I was taking it so literal. And what happened is if I'm focusing on the card, I can't tap into my intuition.
That's incredible.
Yeah, because I'm too busy going, well, the Fool means you're adventurous.
But see, that's over education. I don't like over education. Yeah.
Right. So that means this and this and this. So I consider myself intermediate, but I don't really want to know every little thing, you know? But I do use that as a foundation. I don't like the tarot cards that are so different from the original. But if I'm just use the visual, then like you said, you just use it at the spark and the rest will come to you. So yeah, you're already doing all this naturally. That's why I'm laughing. I'm like, you're already doing everything that a real teacher would be like, yeah, we'll teach you the foundation, but the rest is up to you. It's just like your mediumship. Like I would like a medium if I went to a medium who does both psychic and medium, and also who tend to like to draw and tell a story more like in detail. I mean, hey, you're hired. Then have the dry
it's weird
medium like, well, your grandfather said this and this.
Because it's really interesting how, like, for instance, Mel and I've had other teacher and they try to separate psychic and they try to separate psychic from medium. And for me, it's like, to me, it's all one because I don't have a separation. I don't feel a difference. And now, mind you, other people do. Other people are like, oh, I can feel something happening or whatever. All I know is once I get the chills, like I just did right now, I'm in the right place, right? So, I'm in the right place. So to
But
me,
she's
there
doing
is
it.
no,
That's the funny thing. She's already doing it. Yeah.
yeah, but there is no difference to me between
If
psychic
you
and
were a
mediumship.
teacher, you would be like, okay, this is what's going on. But ultimately, it's up to you guys. You're all going to show up differently.
And that's exactly it. I would be like, trust yourself.
That's what she told me. And I was like, oh, okay. I'm like, so.
So to go back to my question, how did you, like, what was your journey for you? Like I said, I've always had it. I've always had dreams. I've always had
Isn't that
everything.
funny? That card popped out.
No.
Woo woo.
Show it again. What deck is that?
I just put my finger in there. I'm like, I'm going to pick a random card. And what did we just talked about?
Hold on. Trust your intuition. Be the compass that leads you through murky water. What deck is that?
Clarifying life situation. So what I like about it,
I saw those and I didn't get them.
what I like about it is it's not a tarot deck, but it's
Yeah,
80
it's an oracle
cards.
deck.
80 cards. So it's like an oracle deck, but 80 different messages. And even they have 2 sides, so it's like 100 and something. So it's for career and
Oh, I want those. I'm getting those.
yeah, you get it. Let me see. It's for career and love, but I never used it for career and love. I just used it for, clarification. You get it on Amazon.
Oh, that's probably why I didn't get it, because I stay away from career and love type of stuff.
No, but I never used it. I never used it for love.
Yeah, I like that. Clarifying life.
I like using it. Like, let's do a random. Let's see. What you were just sharing, right? About just doing your thing. Trust yourself. Perfect, right? But let's get another card. Let's get a clarity what Shaneequa talking about with. She's already been doing it. Okay. Got shield of resilience. So I'll read it. Employ your shield of resilience, guarding against external pressure while nurturing your internal strength in love and career. But I would make it as employ your shield of resilience. You know how we're too sensitive?
Uh-huh.
Guarding against external pressure, meaning like have to do a certain way and it have to be while nurturing your internal strength in spirituality or in mediumship. So in other words, not feeling like pressured while you're in class to get everything in 2 seconds. But it's because it's 90-minute class, so she can have us be there like it's usually like 7 minutes. Okay, God, you got to get it in 7 minutes. Da, 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 da. But otherwise it would be like forever. But so that's the perfect thing. Like it's just kind of validating you. Like keep going. Don't kind of we have to like follow, it's her class, so we have to learn her way. But then after that, you do it your way.
Right. And I do like the time. I do like the 8 minutes, or 8 to 10 or 12, depending on how much time, because we actually have a small group in the advanced class. So I do like that. Because
like she's very structured and organized, which I like.
Yeah, she's incredibly organized. I'm not.
Yeah, I would be like, ooh. And she switched it up, and she had a great personality. And she's been living in New York for a long time. I don't know if she's originally from New York, but she moved to Colorado, so she had that directness that I like a little bit.
Yeah, I think she. If she's not from New York, then I do think she's from New York.
She lived in New York for a long time.
Yeah, she went to school there and everything too.
She has a great personality for being out there.
Mm-hmm. So someone in our group told me that she said you first read the perfect correct, and then you started to doubt yourself. Huh? Oh, in your class that you first started reading correctly, and then you doubt yourself. Yeah, because it does. It does come in. It does start to a thing. It does start to be a thing.
You guys want to know? I mean, I'm just like, for me, I don't like being wrong, but it's an opportunity for me to get better. So I have to get over myself. Otherwise, I'm going to be too busy to go, oh my God, I'm wrong. Which I do all the time because I'm so sensitive, or at the, also just have fun and I'm going to improve. And I should stop comparing myself to other people. Some people who just get it like that, like you. And
I don't just get it like that. So don't say like
no,
me.
but you're a natural. No, but when it comes to intuition stuff, you're a natural. And you do pretty good with medium. I mean, but I can't get the name and the way they die because I don't want to feel it. And I'm like, although with
There,
her,
that I
one
don't want to
person
feel
I
it. I
read
don't want to
her,
know.
I got it directly. But thank God it didn't make me feel it. Like, oh, it something happened to brain, and I was like, oh, I want to be like that. So I could tell that my nervousness and want to be right is getting in the way. Oh, cool. There you go. You wrote it out.
So yeah, if anyone's wondering who is the
So I have a
coach
question for you. If
we're
you
talking about,
think this is not for you, why you continue taking it? I just love her.
I keep asking that question.
Is it like maybe you're like feeling pulled to it, like your spirit
No,
guide
I
help.
am. I am.
That's what it is. A lot of
I
it's
keep
like
asking
feel
that
pulled.
question. But it's not so much called to it in that I'm called to do it. It's like the way that okay, so if y'all know the Michael Jackson song Beat It, so he has this video where every time he steps, it lights up. But you have to step in order for the light to turn on and show you the next step. So
There
that's
you
like
go.
where I am right now, is I can't see 3 steps ahead at this point, and I think this is just protection. I can only see the next step. So it's like when this class came up, I'm like, do I take it? Do I not? And I was vacillating between, because once she told us she was reopening it, I've been thinking about it since then, and I actually signed up the night before it actually was getting ready to start.
Me too.
Yeah, so I was vacillating for like 3 weeks because I'm like, girl, you've done 2 sessions already. You don't want to be a medium.
Right. The
So why are
logical.
we doing this?
Right. I'm glad
But
you
it's to
said
be in
that.
community for me.
Yeah. Sometimes that's really like a good thing too. I mean, I think you have to be logical. Some people like, oh, I'll just take it. But I was just like, I just took it. I could wait till the fall. And it's like, no, do it. I felt to do it. And also I do always want to know ahead of the he- but a lot of time what it is that it's dark in front of us and we have to listen to our intuition. It's like being on the road. I've told the Nartha this. Like the analogy is, and I think I saw I forgot his name. It's the soup guy, Campbell Soup. He wrote a book, whatever. Anyway, he talked about like a lot of time you want to know what the head.
Yeah.
And we have to go on a dark, windy road, and we have the light that only goes like 5 feet ahead of us to keep driving. But, you know, and use the analogy of intuition that's leading us. And like you said, you may be doing this, but it might open you to something else that you were
Mm-hmm.
meant to be. So if I go by my personality, like I don't have the money, I haven't been working, I just took it. Why can I wait 3 months from now? I could get in the way, instead of
Mm-hmm.
listening to my intuition.
Yes.
And I've done that a lot where I've gotten in the way. Don't want to do that less. So she was like,
Um,
yeah, you should have gone with first. Trust yourself.
yeah. I don't like to go first in our readings. I'm like, no. But I think that is definitely a thing. Like if you go first, you have nobody to compare yourself to. There's that. I used to be like that in high school. I would volunteer to read first or go first or whatever, so that you couldn't compare me to anything. But she's saying you need to be joining our T chat.
What is that?
We talk
Oh, your
politics.
political thing at night, you
Yeah,
do?
yeah,
Oh my God, she's so freaking deep. Yeah, I'll do it. I'll do it
yeah.
because I need a push. I on my channel I used to do it, but I can't do it by myself because it's such a dark topic. And so it'd be nice to
I
have
think
that
that's
little
what helps us is it helps us find the light to be together. That's
right.
why I do
So
it live and I
I'm
don't do
open
it.
I'm open to it if you
Okay.
want.
So I'll try to make it a point to go on at 10 because I know 3 a.m. is probably too late for you.
You make it earlier. I go to bed early, but yeah. And I was doing it for a while, but I got the energy is so
It is.
challenging, and also I tend to have low color vision
Mm-hmm.
where I'll see, like for example, I shared, with Yvonne.
Yeah.
Okay, so like 3 years ago, I was doing his card,
Oh,
and the
really?
last card was the Seven of Swords. So the Seven of Swords is a very sneaky card, like the sneaky type. But I was like, oh no, saying
Free.
nice.
Uh-huh.
And now I see that it was saying that he's going to do something sneaky. And then the
Mm-hmm.
night of the election, with 2024, and I
Mhm.
was doing card on Kamala, and even a little bit before that, and a lot of us thought that she was going
I
to win.
heard everybody got that she won. Yeah.
And I do think that the election was stolen and all that, but so
We
I
got to watch
saw
what we say. Remember, keep it code word. Keep it code word.
so I saw like all the cards, like five is stored, which is like
Conflict.
something's not good.
Mm-hmm.
I saw like her getting upset and all that, and I went, oh, you know what that means? Oh, five of wand too. Like with people fighting, I'm like, oh, because she won, and the MAGAs could clearly be like fighting it. No, because it was like how it was. We were like, holy moly, a lot of sneakiness, and all that stuff. So what that have taught me is to look at it versus wearing the rose colored glasses. You know what I'm
But
saying?
here's the thing. That's not a rose colored thing because it was true.
It was stolen, I know.
And that, well, watch the word. Don't say stolen
Yeah.
because they crawl your transcripts now. I can't believe we're here. Anyway.
I haven't done it in a while, but I'll do it with you at nighttime. You tell me
Yeah.
what to say, what keyword we could say, I'll learn it, whatever.
Yeah. You just
The
say
orange man,
I think they're looking for the word orange now. So I'm like, what can I say instead?
Cheese. The cheese.
Oh, I like it, cheese man. we can call him Cheddar Chump.
There you go.
Oh yeah. Oh man. Oh, tournament beach volleyball.
Well, you know what? Let's change that energy.
Yeah, we're gonna change it. Last night was
we'll do medium,
amazing.
and I'll join. I'll definitely
Hold on.
invite one night.
Let me tell you though. Speaking of the muskrat, right? Last night, the reading we got, well, this morning because we got off at like 6 a.m. The reading we got was amazing. We are in rebellion time, y'all. We are in that shifty time. Oh my gosh, yes. So, and that's not a rose color thing because we had
no, but I would be like, oh, everything is good, and then I see all those cards. But what it taught me is that I am seeing it, but I didn't want to see it. So in other words, it wasn't like I got the end of the card with the sun, and then it turned out I was seeing it, but I didn't want.
You were seeing the theft.
Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? So that taught me like, oh, I can see it. It's just I have to be with it. Like
you have to move you out of the way.
Yeah, I have to move out of the way, like my whatever. So that helped. But that's the same thing. Going back to mediumship, like, do I really want to? By the way, Melissa said it doesn't have to be a big part of the reading, but do I really want to know how somebody died?
I never want to know.
Right? Like, I don't want to know how they died in a hospital. Like,
Yeah. I mean, if you want to tell me, fine, you can tell me, but please don't show me. Please don't show me. Please don't let me feel it. I never want to know. Just real quick. Yeah. Last night's reading, I was like, yeah, this will be a short one.
Yeah.
We'll just do an hour because I have to get up at 1 to do a live. Yeah. Okay.
Well, I'm the type, I'll be like, listen, Shaneequa, I have fun with you, but it's been 2 hours. I'm leaving.
Yeah. We're about to wrap up though because I do want to respect your time. And we have been trying to do this for all day. So, just to...
That's because you go deep. That's why it takes a long time.
And I love talking to people. So,
Narcissa said, take care. Bye, Narcissa. Thank you for stopping by.
Bye. So, let me, because I don't think I actually had that answer though from you, is how has your journey with spirituality been?
Okay.
Like, did it since you were a kid, or like, how did it work for you? How was it for you?
I'm going to make it quick somehow.
Yeah.
I've always saw things when I was young. But
like, what kind of things? See, I'm not a quick person. I'm a curious person. So what kind of things? Yeah.
I mean, I just remember I used to write like poems and stuff like that. I remember, like, I know I'm not original, but I used to be like, if God made everything, then what would before God? Like, I know I'm not like, I used to ask questions like that at a young age in my head. So, and then around, I guess, 12, 13, I used to get a lot of dreams. Like, I used to feel things, probably with my spirit guide. I'm like,
so you would have the external, the objective, so to speak. you have objective touch, and do you hear things, or did you hear things as well as see?
I
Or
would just kind of feel them. I would
Mhm.
feel them. Um, you know, uh, and then I remember like going to my friend at 16. Now that in the early mid 80s, I didn't really talk about the woo. Like what you would see on TV, maybe they talk about aliens a little bit, but it wasn't like how it is now. And remember, like the New Age session was very small, but I didn't even know about that until 1990. But I
Mhm.
remember 16 sleeping over my best friend's house and apartment, and it was in the living room. And she had that Virgin Mary statue. You know how they like the Catholic, they have that
Oh
Virgin Mary
yeah, yes.
statue of
Mhm. The one with the baby or whatever.
right. So
Mhm.
normally you would think that cool, but I remember it glowing like whoa, 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 and I was like,
Oh my gosh, it
you
did.
know, and but I would get creeped by things like that.
I
Um,
do.
because
That's
it was like
scary.
bright. It wasn't like it was bright. It was like yeah,
Mhm.
whoa, yeah, yeah. I was like, what the hell is that? And I'm like going like that. And then I remember like her apartment always felt a little weird. But then stroll forward, uh, at 20 years old, my friend and I, the same high school friend, now we're um, out of high school, and we were still keeping in touch. We were come back from like a club, I guess.
Mhm.
And you know how like when you drive, there's the overpass.
Yes.
Okay, so you know when you go underneath the overpass, take what like 7 seconds to go from one end to another. So
Mhm.
we're both awake with 11 o'clock. We're talking, and we go under the path. The next moment, that 7 second, I kind of went like this, and I look at the clock with 1 o'clock. And I
Wow.
said, what the heck? So I looked at my friend, and she goes, what happened? So it wasn't like I was experiencing it, she was experiencing it. And that time, we didn't talk about the woo-woo stuff. So it wasn't like a conversation about that. I wasn't really into that. But I did notice after that experience, the time lapse. I don't remember what it was, but
Yeah.
in 7 seconds, it went from 11 to 1. Both of us experienced it, and we were not talking about anything like that at that age.
Wait. Okay. Hold on. I guess I missed this when I heard this story. You lost 2 hours.
Yeah, both of us, and we were not into the talking about the woo. I got into that at like 1990. So after that, that's when I start getting into all this stuff. So I think whatever happened, you know,
Mhm.
but her and I never really talked about it, but we always said, "Oh, that was interesting," you know. Remember, at 20, I'm like, I have a mind of a 17-year-old then.
Mhm.
But then on TV, they used to have the black and white channel, and like the 13 channel. I feel like I'm old.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Remember?
Yeah.
And
Remember, we only had so many
right,
channels.
right. Then they would play the local show, and this woman was playing the tarot card. I grew up Catholic, so that was so fascinating to me. Like, what is she
Oh.
doing? You know, she reading cards, and from there, I went into the bookstore, and that was very small. The New Age session. I know a lot of you could relate. Um, and then I went into like a lot of different spirituality stuff. But I mean, I have so many like little interesting stories here and there and
I
experiences.
think that's what we're gonna have to do is a story time.
Yeah,
I
I
think
tell
that'd
you,
be good
I
for
have
both of us.
a lot of times we think we're making up stuff and
Yeah.
we're not. Because sometimes we
Yeah.
are making up stuff. Guys, sometimes we are making up stuff. But sometimes we're not. That's what's really interesting. And I think because think about it, we all have spirit guide, or at least that's what I believe in. The reason why we don't see them, but we feel them, is because it's the frequency thing, right? But I bet you if we really tune in, we probably could see them. I always make a joke if Jesus, Mother Mary came in through the front door 3D, I would shit my pants. Because even though I love them and I could feel them, it's not something we're used to. And that's why I think a lot of times we see things from the side of our eye, because our brain is not in the way. If it came this way, my brain would go quack, 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 block it
Yeah.
out, you know?
Yeah.
So,
My son had objective experiences. He could see people, and he was like, "Do you see that man?" I'm like, "What man?" You know.
that was the thing.
Yeah.
That's why, we're taught in our society to shut it down. That's why I don't think it's for the special. It's everybody, but some people are more inclined because, like your family, then your family line, or maybe have a path in about intuition. Some people we see on YouTube, they seem to have a little extra path, or you work at it, which is where a lot of us fall into.
Hmm.
So I didn't
Um,
read that last line, what she said.
yeah. So Bree says she gets crazy analogies. She's our artist, so she's like
Yeah,
channeling through
oh,
art
the
and stuff.
artists, they are
Hmm.
channeling all the time.
Yeah.
Like a lot of
Art
these,
is just channeling for real.
yeah, like these scientists, they come up with theories. They're probably getting it from,
Yeah,
ET.
it's being divinely handed to them. Like, here, you're taking too long. Let me nudge you over here real quick. Okay, now get started.
Yeah. But
It's not like how we got cookies. Cookies were an accident.
it's
Thank you.
funny. It doesn't happen often. I smell things and stuff, but in the class, the mediumship class, one of the Claires is Claire Alien.
Claire Gus. Claire Gus.
Gussie and Claire, it's
Guston.
either taste and smell. I can never get the smell. And this one person in class, she's like, I don't like apple pie, but when I was channeling this person, he loved apple pie and it tastes delicious. But I don't like apple pie. I'm like,
I
shh.
hate
But
apple
she's
pie.
been doing this for a while, so that's why I have to get over myself. Maybe some people are more faster, but if I keep practicing, it's just gonna happen. I don't know what level, but I would only imagine it improves. Like the
Yeah.
tarot, not like the back, but I could read it.
Hmm. I'm sorry. So,
So
cookies
anyway,
were an
yeah, all these
accident.
stories, right? Like that
Yeah.
going back to the time lab. What is that? You know? And
I'm so curious about it because I'm like, you brought back nothing? Like, was there
well,
any
I have
kind of
to
thing?
right after I start getting into all the woo-woo stuff. So I was never
I mean,
into
I
it.
think that's because you had an experience you needed answers to. Right? It's like, what just happened? Is that it? Or is it that because you already said, like, as a young person, you already had all
Yeah, but I
this,
didn't know what it was. Only
yeah,
after looking back. Like my friend, going back to that statue. So at 16, right? So like been 25 years after we meet, we reconnect, and we're on, we're typing, texting, maybe like Instagram. I don't know which one. And I go, I remember being at your house, and there was that Mother Mary statue,
hmm
and it was like doing all these like glow and stuff. She told me that they used to do that a lot, and they brought it to church, like apparition type. I'm like,
Oh, so it's one of those Mother Mary sighting type of things
yeah,
too?
I was like, what? Why
Oh,
didn't you? I mean, I guess it wasn't like a thing to talk to your friend about. At
yeah,
16, and we were from the Catholic school, Catholic high school. It would have been too woo. They kept it private.
yeah, and I think a lot of people who were in insane asylums were just gifted people, you know,
Maybe, yeah.
and people are scared of what they don't see themselves. Like, for instance, I've had a situation where I was thinking or hearing conversations in Arabic. I've had it in Portuguese. I've had it in different languages, and I understood it until I went, what was that? Wait, who's talking? And then all of a sudden I can't understand the language. But I've heard people
Like
having conversations.
you're tuning in.
Like, the minute I tune in, I don't understand it.
Right, right.
But when it's just playing in the background, I know exactly what they're saying. You know, I've spoken in tongues before. They now call that light language on the white side of the world. But in black language, we call it speaking in tongues. And being a trauma person,
Right, you have that Christian
I can have
background.
that out of body experience. So I can be
Right.
like over here, going, girl, what are you doing? And I'm like, surrendered, speaking, totally embodied. And I'm like, I know what I'm saying. I just don't know what I'm saying, and I know what I'm receiving in return. I just don't know
They would call you in the Christian community a prophet, right? Or something like
Yeah,
that.
they would. If I
Yeah.
was doing it for the church. If I was not doing it for the church, they call me crazy. You get what I mean? Like, that's how
Funny.
they do it.
One of my besties that I met in my 30s through work. We ended up being close. She passed away at 49. She showed up a lot. In fact, you were reading her. Uh,
Mhm.
and she knew I was into the metaphysics, but she was the type that you shouldn't do divination. But she never like stopped me because she knew I was positive and she was not going to tell me what to do. And she was the type that she would see things. So that's how we relate. And she would like do the teaching of the Bible and all that. So on the other side, she's helping me. But so many Catholic and Christian, because everybody do intuitive, but some a little more, like yourself, they hide that. They hide that part of themselves. You know, they could channel and get all these insights. So
Yeah.
that's
I'm a
why
God's girl. So I
that's
say
why
if God gave it to me, it's not evil. You know what I mean? To
Yeah.
me, like, it's not evil. The gifts that we have heal the world. It's the counterbalance to evil. Evil is the Epps files. That's evil. We're here to bring light, to bring guidance, to bring healing. That's one of the reasons I also signed up for a medium experience with Mel, not her class, but her, like, sitting with her. And that's when I understood how healing this is. And now, mind you, I bawled like a baby the entire time because I loved hearing from my cousin, and I felt so much guilt behind his death, even though I wasn't there. But it was like he was alone when he died, and that bothered me. But that said, I understood the healing of it,
the medium,
the feeling of being reconnected with your loved one.
I love that part.
And knowing you're connected, you know, not just like, oh, the generic message of they love you. Now, mind you, I've gotten it a lot when people come in and you just feel this swell of love. Like, I love you. I'm so proud of you. Oh my God, the kind of person you are. You would be amazed. And so it feels like that's generic, but it's not feeling generic to me. Like, I'm feeling this, like, you know, if you ever watch Indies and they talk about this love that's over there on that other side, if that's just a little bit of it, oh my God, that side is amazing.
Right.
And I feel it for people, like this outpouring of love. And it's like, I know they weren't the best parent, but they love you so much. And they, you know, like, and it just gives me all of that.
That's why I'm trying, like, to grow up. Like, I'm even like looking into people who are like a death doula. I want to have a better relationship with the idea of death. It's terrifying to me. I know the other side is good, but if I want to do mediumship, I will, because either way, whether it's mediumship or interdimensional being or this and that, it's really how I know how we read it depending on our personality.
You know what? I'm sorry. You really do need to lean into more. This is a quick thing for you, okay?
I'm leaning in.
I'm sorry. You really
I know.
I'm
like, you know.
You
so.
really do need to use your connection and your gift towards the interdimensional connections.
Oh yeah, definitely.
That needs to be coming more into your readings.
I know.
Because it's starlight. Okay. Whatever. Whatever. It's starlight. Okay. And that is the thing, is like, did you watch Disclosure Day?
The what?
Disclosure Day.
Not yet.
Girlfriend, please do.
I'm into that. I'm into Pachar. I'm into all the ET stuff.
No. Watch Disclosure Day. I'm not talking about anybody else. I'm talking about Disclosure Day.
That incident I had at 1920. I know it's like, you know, my peeps, whoever they were.
No, just the way they talk about it, I think you would really
appreciate
it.
They're doing that to plant seed because of what's coming up, you know?
Oh yeah, thank y'all for liking the live, by the way. So this right here, hold on. There's something in Disclosure Day that
I will listen to you. I'll lean in.
Hold on. No, you gotta lean in, honey. Because there's something about, okay, I'm gonna give you this little bit. I don't want to ruin the movie for you, so I'm not going to do that. But I'm going to give you this line here.
I can't read your name, but I like what she just said, your friend over there.
Oh, Susie. She said, it's very healing. I feel so honored to share such intimate spaces and feelings, people with other people.
I agree. I can see why you're saying you're taking this class again for the community, you know? So
you see my community, girl. And then it's like, I've been terrorized and traumatized in this life opening up. Yeah, girl. why I love class and the safety. Yeah. Is it good? Oh, girl, it's very good. What are you talking about? Is it good? First of all, yes. Okay. And then, earlier they were talking about the church. Now, like I said, I'm a God's girl, so other people may not be, and that's all right. You name it what you name it. But they, it can be a very restricting, because again, I think these are people trying to put parameters on what they don't understand and don't know, and they fear, right? And we already know the Bible's been manipulated, especially by that dude named King James, the one who hated women.
Well, listen, with Israeli name from the Midwest, Paul, Peter. I mean, that's a very
Come on.
white name.
Come
You know
on.
what I mean?
His
It
name
should-
is Paul, Peter, and Matthew, and was it really?
I don't know. You know what I mean?
I don't know. But
But they
also, I
have-
took a religions class, and from what I understand, is a lot of the stories are recycled through different religions. Like,
Right.
And Muhammad was cool with Jesus as a prophet. He's like, yeah, he was a prophet.
I'm curious who the real Jesus is, because we know he was cool. And what about all those years in
Yeah.
between 12 and
Yeah,
30?
13 and 33. Girl, he was wild out there.
I mean, I've heard stories of India and all that stuff. Who
Yeah.
knows? I mean,
Disclosure
some of the
is
stuff
really
they
good.
kept of him. I love Christ consciousness. Disclosure was very eye-opening. I will.
Yeah. So there were a couple of things that it said in there that I wanted you to say. This came from one of the beings, and this you won't know how it plays until you watch it. But he said, there was a line that says, so you can understand them and they can understand us. So like some people in this movie were chosen to be intermediaries. So they were given the gift of understanding two different ways. They have two different gifts. So two different ways. They were given, oh, I'm getting chills. See, this is for you. This is for you. Because something happened to you in those 2 hours.
Okay,
girl. Hold on. I do it too late to actually use my clapper. I do have a clapper for our lives, you guys.
that's why I would pay you. I like this. It's like, ooh,
You
what?
have to see Disclosure Day. I'm telling you, you're gonna feel seen, honey. You're gonna feel seen. And who knows, maybe it'll trigger something for you. However, that line was, listen, I made notes. Y'all can't see it that well because all
Yeah,
these
all I
lights.
see is the white screen.
I have notes. I have notes of notes of notes about Disclosure Day. Okay.
Good.
So
That's what it's meant to be. That it was meant to drop seed, for people.
And so this was another one. The person didn't want their gift. Someone in there didn't want their gift. And they were told, you have a gift but no purpose, or at least you think you don't. Okay, but your purpose is to help, to be that intermediary, that humans can understand us and we can understand them. That's all I'm gonna give you, because I don't want to ruin the movie for you. It's extremely good. For those
that makes sense, because they're up here, we're over here, and we have to, learn from each other. But we can't go up too much, because then we're like fry. They're so light, and they have to come down. It's kind of like Bashar type, like Dara Hanka. He's able to intermediate. So yeah.
I don't know. I'm not into channelers. Even though I've had the experience.
It's funny you say that, because you're doing that.
I know, I've had the experience myself, but
you're doing it all the time. I'm trying to tell you, stop that. You're doing it.
I don't know. I don't know. It just.
But you are. You don't have to. It doesn't have to be ET, but you're already feeling it. You're feeling it. Remember, you're feeling it. That kind of like, you're getting the download and different things.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it doesn't sound right, guide. I am a feeler. I'm a feeler. It better stay. I'm a seer. Better. I'm a feeler.
Girl, I have stolen a lot of your time. I thank you for your patience, because we're coming up on an hour and a half, and I don't want to steal more of your time from your.
Yeah, nobody's watching more than an hour and a half of a video. So.
Girl, listen, we go 3, 4, 5.
I know, but that the people are watching it that long, they're in it and watching it live with you. You know what I mean?
It's been great. So I think we should definitely do maybe once a month, if anything, and do our story times, our spiritual story times. I think we have a lot to share, but also we invite you guys to come up. You are free to come up for a moment You don't have to stay up the whole time.
Yeah.
Come, share your story, let's talk, and then y'all can sit down. We don't have the answers. We're all here trying to figure out the answers together. And so I just want you guys to know, like, and this goes back to the story of Babylon I heard. And I'm like, I think everybody has a little bit of the truth. And so if we work together, we can piece the truth together.
Like the puzzle.
Yeah, we can piece the truth together. And I think that's the point, is for all of us to have pieces so that we can come together and work together, and take care of this earth and, do all this beautiful stuff. But other than that, I would love to definitely do story time with you. You guys, we will open the floor. If you want to do story time with us, you just send us a message and I'll shoot you a quick message and send you the link so you can come up. But I really enjoyed talking to you, Silvia. I'm so glad I met you this year.
Yeah, I know. I feel
Bree is our astrology girl too, so I definitely need her. Bree and Becky, they are our astrology people. Oh my God, I did have a 9-hour live before on TikTok. Oh my God, it was horrible because it went from 2 hours to 9. I'm like, wait, when did 9 happen? We just talk and enjoy each other.
Time lapse. It was like that. Like 2 minutes, 2 hours happening like.
Listen, I've always wanted to be Oprah. I just always knew, first of all, me and Oprah are going to be best friends and that I was going to have my own show. So I look at this kind of like as my show now. It's like, girl, remember you said you wanted one? Oh, that's what this is. And I could talk forever.
You know what? There've been people who've been told, including myself, you're going to be in videos. And I'm like, videos?
And look.
Nobody's thinking about this.
No, this wasn't here when we were kids.
That's right.
14. We're 20-year-olds.
Exactly.
Yeah. The sleepover time warp. Yep. Like,
so to medium or not to medium. Go for it. Explore. Use it as a tool. But then
and you can definitely take the class and not want to be a medium. Right. You just want to understand your own gifts and experience, like I do.
You know what a medium really means? It just means getting in tune. It's just that medium tend to be like directly, but it's like a medium doesn't have to be just for dead people. It could be like for other things. I have watched a few of S976. Whoa, that's how good she is.
First of all, 976 was the number to call the psychics.
I'm sorry, but if you could keep people on for 6, 7, 9 hours, you're doing something right.
I think everybody, it just has the crew and the comments gets good. Like, we all met on TikTok, most of us.
I agree. If you have nobody to feed off, it's like talking to
feed off people.
9 hours. No, maybe that's why the doing that political thing on a separate video might be interesting for sure.
Yeah, so definitely come to our SpiritualiTEA. I'll have to see what your times are, so we can make sure that we are honoring your sleep schedule. Exactly. Yeah. We are a party together. Listen, some people go to sleep to me. Some people wake up to me. Oh, I love Becky so much. Thank you. Thank you. Okay, so I've taken enough of your time. Thank you. Let's schedule to meet once a month, maybe, and we can do our story times and have people come up and we can have a chat.
I'm open. Cool. Let's do it.
I love it. All right, girl. Bye-bye. See y'all. Thanks for watching.